Hello, I'm Caitlin, and today we're here with Adam from 1111. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm all right. Yeah, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do in a band?
Um, I am the songwriter slash guitarist of the band. I also have attempted backing vocals, still learning that, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
When did you start learning guitar, and what was your inspiration for learning it?
Um, I think I started learning guitar when I was about 11, which is when someone learns guitar, it's fairly late on because a lot of people when they start learning guitar is like 8 or something. So I sort of didn't really know what theory stuff to do. So I just sort like stood there playing like one riff for like 2 years straight, and then I started thinking, maybe I should move on. But my inspirations are when I was younger, listened to a lot of Foo Fighters, um, Queen. They were the the early inspirations, but as I got older, I started going like diving into like the experimental stuff, like obviously like the weird Radiohead stuff. Again, just one of my favorite bands. Um, yeah, I just like a lot of different types of music now compared to then. Back then, I was like, if it's not rock and roll, get it out. Do you know what I mean? Very stubborn. So it's changed a lot.
Obviously, your new EP, Machiavellian, comes out on the 5th of February, which is pretty soon. And the
Mhm.
lyrics within the EP follow some rather difficult themes and some very poignant imagery. Which of these tracks off the EP is the most personal to you, and why?
Um, I'd say the song "Just Like You." I think even though I've heard it 50,000 times, it's still my favorite probably. It's just the way that the meaning is sort of at first it sounds like patronizing, saying "oh, just like you," but it's actually like a deeper meaning to the fact that like you wish you could feel certain feelings that normal humans could feel because a lot of people now don't feel normal anymore. There's especially with like going on with social media, people start to realize that maybe the way they think or the way they act isn't normal. So it's almost like I think I've said in the past that like I'm different, so I have to do things my own way in a different way. So I have to like say if someone's going to go on a walk, I have to prepare mentally differently to how someone who's just going to go on a walk would do. But on like the basis of the song, the overall thing is almost like jealousy, but like not in a negative way, in almost like a dark and depressing way of like, why? Like, just why can't that be me? So I think when I wrote that song, I think it was about 4 in the morning. Um, and I was trying to get to sleep. I was gonna go to sleep, and then I was just like, nah. So I just got up and got my acoustic guitar and just started playing like three chords, and I just started like singing this random melody, and it just kept playing around in my head, and I remembered it till the morning. So just recorded it, and yeah.
So, Just Like You is quite personal. What were you feeling at the time that inspired you to write the track?
Um, I think apart from Closer, it was the first song we started writing. So I think it was the fact that I hadn't written a song in a bit of time. So I just sort of like I was more listening to music, and I don't know if it's common for like other people in music, but like you either go through a phase of listening to music or not wanting to listen to music and just make it yourself. And I was going through this massive listening phase of listening to all my inspirations, and then I think it's just the overall excitement when you start coming up with this new idea that you think might work because it's not happened in a while. Because I was sort of going through a bit of like a can't be bothered phase, so I think it just happened like that. It just came out of nowhere. So
And obviously, through the rest of Machiavellian, it also touches on themes. Mental health, obviously, is a massive one, politics, love, hatred, all sorts of things. What are
mhm.
the reasons that you decided to write about these topics for this EP specifically?
um, I think when we started writing music, we didn't feel as mature and well versed in the way we worded things. So I think we wanted to change that. I think we wanted to just have like a clean slate and stop writing about the things that we would usually write about when we started writing music. I mean, it's not gone forever. It's just for this EP, we just wanted to write something different and have a theme. So the whole EP is almost themed on like the fact of like the word Machiavellian, which is like manipulative person who will use others to get their own way. So it's almost like trying always to one up yourself on someone. And that's what I feel like a lot of people I know have done to me and to us, because a lot of people will have faced that as well. And especially, you know, I'm not going to get into politics because I can't be bothered because everyone else has been doing that. And I'm just sick of it. But like when it first started, that was what it was. I think that's what annoyed us the most at first, but just the fact that people seem so fake on television. It's like they're not being their true selves. They're not actually saying what they mean. They're just saying it so that other people believe it and they get what they want. So, yeah.
Where did the idea to central everything around the word Machiavellian come from?
You'll never guess this. I was sat there and I think I just sent a demo over for the title track. Obviously, it wasn't called the title track at the time. And I just said to my mum, "What is a cool word?" And she just said out of nowhere, "Machiavellian." I was like, "What's that? I've never heard of that." So then I did a little research on it, and it's like the Machiavellia is like I think an Italian person. I think it was he a politician or a leader of some sort. I don't know, but I researched more into the word, and it was a really interesting meaning. I'd never really, thought of a word that described exactly what that word was saying. So it was really cool to like find out that was like a thing, and it just has a really cool name. So,
Okay, so you have a lot of songs and you're the main songwriter for the band. What is your writing process for music, especially for 1111?
The music I make comes out of thin air. I don't really think about it. I sort of just do it. I know that Connor, when he's writing ideas for songs or a song, he'll do it differently. He'll almost, I think he writes a lot of stuff down and, reads lyrics and writes lyrics and melodies first. Whereas I like to vary and not stick to one thing. That's why instead of me being referred to as a guitarist, I almost see myself as just a songwriter, because I like the fact that I don't have to stick to that one instrument to be creative. I think when I first started making music, that was the only way I could. But now it's like, I'll be messing around on the piano. I'll be creating random drum beats. I will be singing random melodies, writing random lyrics. And the best ideas, I think, are the ones that are made in very short periods of time. So just like you, I think I'd written half the first verse and the chorus within 10 minutes, because it just felt so smooth and easy to do, because it's like a flow that you get when you're writing a song that is going to work, but with other songs like Closer, that took longer. I wrote the instrumental quite quickly, but we needed to pair it with Connor's voice and, find ways of getting his voice to work with it. When Connor was writing words, I sort of got the feeling of the song, and we sort of had the same vision. So he was like, I think he said once he wanted to make depressing fun. And again, it sounds crazy, but it's almost like saying being proud that you're not, going to just be happy all the time. And that it's almost like being proud that you can say when you've how you feel and, when you're not feeling great. And I think that's what the song's about. Connor was writing it in a very specific way, and the words he was saying were very niche and just down this certain path that I think he wanted me to go down with him, because it was like this certain sound to it. It didn't want to sound aggressive, and it didn't want to sound happy, and it didn't want to sound sad. It wanted to sound almost hopeless and but in a weird nostalgic way. It's almost like you remember the sad memories, but you remember that they created good memories in the future. And it's a really, really weird song to write. But we were just thinking the same thing that time, so I guess it worked.
So, if you had to put across one key message to take from Machiavellian, what would it be?
I'd say don't trust people just because they say you can. I know it sounds silly, but the amount of times I've, created a friendship with someone and it's like, oh, yeah, I can tell them anything because they're telling me everything. And then you find out later that, like, they're just walking all over you and they're getting what they want from you because you've opened up to them, but they've lied about what has happened to them. And I think the whole term of Machiavellian is to, it's someone trying to one up you in every situation. So if they ever get in trouble, they will always find a way out. They will always find a way out and, get away with it because they play this certain persona that is very manipulative and can make others like them, even if they're not a nice person. So I think, yeah, just don't it sounds silly, but don't trust someone too fast. It sounds weird, and overall, just like, don't believe what you hear. I know it's hard to, I mean, you hear it all over, but things that are going on the internet and on the news, half of the things just, there's no context. There's no actual proof of what these things are or what these people are saying. Is that they're just saying it to get views. Everyone on the internet is just doing these things to get views. It's like you just need to like stick to your own little world and get comfortable there first before you explore.
Have you
Yeah.
ever had to deal with any conflicts in the band around songwriting or performing or ideas as such? I can see you laughing there. I'm guessing yes.
Let me tell you one thing. If there is a conflict in the band, I am usually the centerpiece of that conflict. I'm, I am open to new ideas. I always am. But I'm very, very stubborn if I believe something will work. And I need to work on that still. But I think me and Jack have the most arguments. I say the word think. I'm going to swap it with the word no. I don't know what it is. I just hate him. I'm joking. But no, we are very different minds. We are very different to each other, and that's good because it makes me want to work harder to make my ideas something that he can't say no to, and it's the same with him. So we're very competitive with each other. Also, me and Connor, we don't talk about it, but I'd say we're very competitive with each other. I feel like a song that Connor is more mainly in the writing process of, he'll hope it does better than one of mine. So I think we do like to one up each other. Not in the Machiavellian type of way because we're not horrible people, but you can't believe that. You can't just trust me for saying that. But yeah, me and James get along. We're fine. We just, I just say like, yo, do I do that? And he's like, yeah. But with Jack, no, we're never going to agree first time. If he says, do you want to play that? I'll be like, can I try my idea first? Or if he suggests a lyric, but it's a very balanced way, and it's very, very healthy for a band to disagree because that's how you become better. If you're just on your own and you think every idea you make is perfect, then you'll just become delusional, won't you? So yeah, it's good to disagree sometimes.
Yeah. And speaking of interpersonal band fights, could you tell us a little bit about what's happening at the start of Machiavellian?
Oh God, the sound. Oh yeah. Oh my God. That actually, it wasn't me in part of the conflict in that situation. Actually, we were recording the end of a song, another song on the EP, and we had like one more chorus to record, I think, and as you do, Connor just starts wrestling Jack on the floor. They love doing that. I don't know if it's sort of like a love thing or I don't know. I don't know what their intentions are. I don't know if they want something more than wrestling or they
Interband
just hate
romance.
each other. Yeah, exactly. There's shipping it and all that. Everyone ships me and Jack. How? It's like a divorced couple. It just wouldn't work. Yeah, but they were recording each other, and this beautiful microphone. It can record from quite good distances. So I was just walked over to here. Obviously traumatized and trying to hide myself from that situation. And, you know, they were right behind me there. And I just thought, right, so they're both screaming and shouting at each other and they're wrestling on the floor. I don't know why, but I'm going to press record. So I recorded for like the next 20 seconds and then I stopped and I just went over to them. I was like, right, you can stop fighting now. And they were just like, why? What are you doing? Obviously wanted me to join in. But yeah, I was just like, right, come listen to this. It's a new idea I thought of. And I played it back and they were just like, it's just us shouting. How's that going to work? And I was just like, reverse it. So then it's this really weird sound in the song. And yeah, instead of having it at the end of the song, we of the other song, we have half of it at the end and then we split it so it begins the title track as well. So it fades into it. And that was, yeah, some of the craziest ideas we come up with are like that. So yeah, they're just on the spot and from weird situations.
And finally, before we steer too far off this, and I wonder if you'll say the same as everyone else, what is your favourite memory of being in the band?
I know what everyone else said, so I'm going to say not that deliberately. Okay, now I can't think of anything else. Damn it, I better not say this last one. Right. My favourite memory in the band, I think, was when, at the time, it wasn't a great memory, but one of my favourite memories of the band was when me and Jack were trying to convince Connor to join the band in the first place. And at the time, it was so frustrating. We just didn't know why. We'd say, oh, do you want to come and practice with us? And he'd be like, if you want, or, you know, why not? And we just felt like he wasn't feeling it and he wasn't into it. So we just, you know, continued to persist and annoy him. And eventually we got him in, but the effort it took at first, I think Connor just wasn't in that mindset to, you know, want to do music for this long. But I think now, I mean, obviously I hope now that he's like that now, which I believe so. So yeah, that was a pretty crazy memory.
Is there anything else that you'd like to say to the people watching this?
If you listen to the EP, which I'm not forcing you to because I can't, try and think of it as a message from us as people, not as, you know, the song and the lyrics. Try and relate to it in the way that you hear a human voice, not the fact that it's music. I think that's important because when I listen to music, I try not to only take in the sound and the sonic aspects of music. I just like, you need to dive into it. And I think once you listen to it that way, you'll really start to enjoy some songs on that. It's a very there's a few experimental tracks on there, and I feel like they're really good if you want to feel like you're somewhere else. Growing up, I love listening to music where, you know, you close your eyes and you just drift away somewhere else, and I think that's what the songs do on this EP. So if you can, go and download it, pre-order it. You know, you don't hear my voice on it that much, don't worry. I know it's annoying.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time to talk today. And
No
Machiavellian
worries.
comes out on the 5th of February. Make sure to pre-save it on Spotify, buy it, or just listen to it when it comes out.